So another thing is, when growing up, I was never hospitalized for hearing voices, not even around my family, my cousins, my aunts and uncles. I never went around telling them I was hearing voices, and I didn't hear voices until '93 in the Navy, right after I met Sheena. I know. Idiot. And I'm still around being then too, so what? I got me a new girlfriend and my boyfriend got jealous. Is that what you're suggesting? Right. You tried to rape me or something? Right. I'm serious. I'm serious. Now, why would I both be with a woman and then being rape me and then you're acting like that's consensual sex when it's not? And if he's blocking me out, fool, he's trying to knock me out. Right. That's forced sex. It's like roofing someone. They're saying no, right? I told him no as soon as I got to the ship. I'm not gay, right? You can't tell someone unless they're trying to rape you any more than that, right? You see what I mean? That don't make you gay because someone's raping you, doctors are off. Right? You're being violated. Someone's doing violence towards you and you don't remember it, right? Right. So your theory's wrong again. That's a theory you're trying to develop about me. Problem is, I've also been observed as recently as 2017, and I'm not violent even if I'm blacking out a lot or still having issues with memory right. From the wrecking thought. Mm-hmm. See, they don't just put us in the psych ward, they observe us for 2 weeks to make sure we're functioning well before they release us again. Right. They can't just release a violent person into society either. Asshole. Line out your butt, doctor. Gonna get your ass in trouble. Yes, you will. A false theory, doctor, is called quackery. It's called misdiagnosis. You can get sued for that. For malpractice. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Right. You're not guessing right. And your theory is wrong. Right. Your theory don't fit what really actually happened. To actually drive me crazy. Either. It had to do with the girl. It had to do with the girl. Not Ben. Not unless Ben's trying to rape me and I don't remember it, he's causing me amnesia, right? Which means he's hitting me over the head to rape me, right? There's no consensual sex, right? Between me and Ben ever. I never said yes, I always said no. Right? When asked if I was gay. That's all I gotta say, too. And he asked. And I said no. Right. You can't dispute that. You weren't there to hear it. Dr. Zoloff, that's not how it works. You can't tell me what me and Ben said to one another. I tell you what we said. You're not part of the conversation. Even if Ben likes me secretly and lied to you about being with me or raped me in the process of us being on the ship together, that's not consensual sex anymore once I tell him, no, I'm not gay, right? Don't matter how it happens either. Let's say he roofied me, right? And that's why I don't remember, right? He gave me something, right? That's still rape, medically and psychologically. I don't have to remember the rape for it to be rape either. Watch SVE, they'll show you the shows on being roofied too. Right? Men can be roofied too by another man. And that's still rape, doctor. Look it up in your damn Google account if you got one. If you're using DuckDuckGo, use that. They'll show you too. Or Bing, whatever the hell search engine you want to use, or Yahoo, you Yahoo. That could be a bad thing for a doctor too. You Yahoo doctor, right? But there's also malpractice, misdiagnosis of a patient, right? Who was showing no signs of hearing voices until '93, right? That's your problem. I showed no signs of hearing voices and you have selective hearing to begin with, meaning you don't want to hear the whole conversation we're having right now. You're making it up as you go along. Yeah. You can't do that or you're misdiagnosing your patient. Yes. You're theorizing without knowing the whole story or making up your own version of the story, which you can't do either, even if you're a doctor. You're going into malpractice territory. Yes, you are. Even if you're a lawyer. You can get disbarred for practicing law wrong. Yes, you can. You can lose all your credentials if you're doing something wrong yourself, trying to get somebody in trouble who ain't doing nothing wrong normally anyway. I told you I was observed both before and after the Navy for over 2 weeks, and I told you this before too. Yes, I have. They observed me before they released me. Even if I'm blacking out while I'm around them. See, I wouldn't remember, by the way. I know. That's the thing about blacking out. You don't know you are or not, right? You just come to, or it's like falling asleep and then waking up, right? That's what it's like when you black out. You don't even know you did it, right? You're just coming to suddenly from, like when someone moved my phone from the passenger seat to behind the driver's seat. That's obviously someone physically picking up the phone, which I set down in the passenger seat before I went into the Burger King, and putting it behind the driver's seat before I got out the Burger King. And that's all I said I think really happened. The rest of it was just sarcasm again about the girl. And what's someone going to do? Come and hold a gun on us to get the password is what I was asking you, right? See, there's a passcode to get into the phone where the phone's so good to you, right? And what they couldn't get the passcode, so they just put it in the back seat behind the driver's seat, right? So I couldn't find it right away, right? That sounds like an asshole too, doesn't it? Excuse my French there, YouTube, right? But that sounds like a jerk too, right? So I'm butt like trying to get my phone, right? And my code, and I wouldn't give it to him, right? So he tried to black me out and then put the phone behind the driver's seat, right? When I put it by the passenger seat, right? That's still messed up human being, right? Yes, it does. That's doing me violence in order to move the phone from one seat to behind the seat, right? And under the seat, right? Which is where I found it, right? And I wasn't looking for it, right? I was cleaning out the seat because of the wreck, because I have to go and visit the repair shop and get the car repaired, right? I know. And that's a different issue. But the problem is when they're doing he said, she said, you said, I said, right? The question is, could he see me backing up, and did he stop himself, or was he backing up too and couldn't see me either, right? See, he can't lie and the story makes sense either of how we hit each other. Again, him hitting me on the passenger side or me hitting him on his side of the car, right? Driver's side of the car, right? See, if I'm hitting him on the driver's side, he's either pulling in or backing up too, and he can't pull in if I'm backing up. Yeah. If I'm already establishing I'm backing up, he can't pull into me and let me hit him, right? Then he's causing the wreck himself. Yes. Do you understand why? You were already backing up. I was just backing up first, right? See, if I'm like, when you back up like this, right? I would have to be here for him to hit me, or me to hit him, right? Where am I if I'm here? Fully backed up. I'm about to put it in drive, in fact, right? He, on the other hand, if he's hit on the driver's side, right, and is backing up himself or coming in, right, he's supposed to look for people backing up, especially in a subway parking lot, right? And he can't just hit somebody either himself. We both are. But who was more backed up, me or him? You. Me. Do you get it? Or do I need to do another little model for you to show you what really happened again, right? If I hit him on the side driver's side, what does that mean? And he hit me on the passenger rear side, what does that mean? You were fully butt. I was fully established as backing up. Now, who has the right of way? Whoever started backing up first. Not second. You understand that too, sir? If I'm almost fully backed up and another person backs in me, it's their fault. But what can we do about it? What can we do about it? Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. Leave it up to the insurance companies, and they argue it out. Right. And there again, I'm mentally ill, so what's Allstate going to say? What's his insurance going to say? Right. Now, if I, again, like with Officer Martin, am outweighed or out lawyered, that can happen too. But what that was simply sovereign immunity, right? But to have sovereign immunity, you need a king, not a president, right? You can't have sovereign immunity under a president, though there is the sovereignty of the United States as a nation, right? It don't apply as it would a king to excuse him from civil liability, and which is what the judge is doing for Officer Martin. He's excusing him from civil liability because he was just doing his job. No. He's the reason I got ticketed and was fined, and it was my fault. He gave me a warning. He gave you a warning. Because he couldn't prove I was at fault. Because he couldn't prove you were at fault. But he beat me at fault anyway. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. That was the malice, if there was any malice. Just because I'm disabled. And have a vision problem in my right eye. Right? You can't do that. They wouldn't let me drive if I couldn't read the vision test. Right? I can read the vision test still, even with one eye. As long as you can read the vision test, you can pass the test in Georgia. Right? They don't make you read it with both eyes, but I could. Right? But all I have to do is be able to read it with one. Right? You got to take the vision test every time you get your license again, right? Even for a replacement of your license, That's why I get it. I pass the test every time, And I'm turning left, so I'm going to be looking left using my left eye, right? That's still a violation of my rights, right? Because it's my right eye that's disabled, not my left. I told him that too, but he wouldn't listen. No. And that's why you take him to court. He wouldn't listen. He made it my fault when it was the bus driver's fault, in my opinion. Right? And that could be proven too. That's good. The insurance company's supposed to take care of all that anyway. But he wouldn't let him. He tried to make it all my fault. Yes, he did. Malice or no malice. Right? Don't matter if it was malice to violate my civil liberties. All he had to do was use my disability against me, which he did. That's another thing. I don't know what happened with September. I'm sure they're still not sending me letters. No, they are. There you go. Now, by now, the amount I owe them is what? No, I don't know. Might be lower. They might drop it one day. I don't know. I paid them pretty much almost off, right? Except for a couple grand, right? Which is what I was trying to get from him anyway. I know. See, you sue for 15 to get at least 5, right? You go for the maximum so that they'll settle for somewhere above 2 grand, right? Then I could have paid off Santander and pretty much, and be out that mess, But because I can't pay them off, I'm still dealing with their letters every once in a while. Right? But whatever. I still can't do nothing about it since Judge Michael agreed with Officer Martin, right? I can't. I think he dismissed it with what they call prejudice, which means I can't file on it, even. Or with prejudice is where you can't file. Without prejudice is where you can. Yeah. I think. Now, of course, I'm having to learn about this all online, or through watching Judge Judy, or through watching the judicial shows on TV. Right? Don't mean I'm right in every situation, but it don't mean I'm wrong either. But there's not just SVU. There's also Forensic Files, which is based on real police investigations. And it's similar to SVU. Yes, it is. That's why I know it is. That's why I know it is. You don't know because you don't watch either show, Dr. Zoloff. Right? I know because I watched both shows at some point, right? And they even had people on Forensic Files to make false confessions, especially with murder or rape or certain cases, right? And the reason is they were either a bad guy or could be assumed to be something that can easily be tricked into making a false confession, right? Like a mentally ill person, for example, right? Can be talked into making a false confession because they don't quite know what's going on. So I'm trying to be aware. I'm trying to take medications. I'm trying to get better, but it don't mean it's working 100% either, right? Once you go mentally ill, you're pretty much stuck as a mentally ill person, but you still got to mainly watch your behavior when you're around other people, right? Which is what I do, right? If I was really that bad, there would be police reports all over the place, right? Not just with Michelle 3 years ago. Not just with the Comcast girl in 21, which is 3 years after that, right? 19, 21, right? 20, 21. 2 years, 2 years. By April, I'm running into the Comcast girl, whatever happened with her. And the thing is, I don't really remember. Right? I just know I was supposed to have someone come over for Comcast. And when I went to see who it was a female, not a trans male, right? Trying to become a female, or a trans female trying to become a male, right? See, that's something you also forget. Transgendered also applies to women trying to become men or men trying to become women. Ask Trans Bono, who was born Chastity Bono, right? And had a sex change to become a male. Well, asshole Zoloff doctor don't know shit about transgender people. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't even know they're female transgender people, right? Trying to become men. Well, you can get a male transgendered female pregnant still. They said a man had a baby because he was transitioning from female to male. Like that really makes the transgender person a male. Right. Your DNA is what makes you a male or female, by the way. Anyone tell you different, it's lying to you and smoke up your butt. But if you don't want to believe that, you can do that all you want. Free will. Free will lets you do that. That's what we Christians warn you of the most. Free will is why most people do the violent crimes they do to one another. They don't want to know better. Right? That's the ignorance of sin. Right? Though God also covers you even when you're sinning ignorantly, we're told. You got to know to do good and do it not. Then it isn't.